Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Georgia Business Radio presented by Regions Bank. Start building your financial confidence at Regions Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing member. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me today actually someone, I haven't had this profession in the studio, I don't believe, and this is really cool what she gets to do. But from the Pointe at Concord, I have Makaela Nunnally. Makaela, welcome to the Northeast studio.
Hey, Tom, thanks for having me.
Did I get the name right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I didn't ask you how to pronounce your last name.
No, that's right.
And I didn't mess it up.
No, that's right. You got it.
Well, let's just end it here then. The Pointe at Concord, folks. Talk to you soon. No, I'm kidding. Makaela, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm always good.
Always.
I'm always good. They
Gotcha.
don't let me be anything but.
Always on 10.
Even 11, for those of you who saw that movie 200 years ago. All right. The Pointe at Concord. That is an apartment. Do they call them apartment complexes anymore?
Apartment complex, apartment community.
Community. That's what I was
Yeah.
looking for. And Makaela, you're like the boss lady.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I'm the business manager.
And what does that mean, though? What does a day in the life of you look like?
I do a lot of back-end processing, if that makes any sort of sense.
Not at all, but I'm going with it.
Yeah, so let's roll with it. I handle the business side of it. So I have an assistant property manager that really takes care of the property and kind of handles the function of the property when it comes to rent collections, renewals, that kind of thing. And then as the business manager, I truly take care of the business when that comes to, scheduling vendors if we need it, paying bills, anything that goes into the actual business side of it is what I take care of. And I also handle the relationship between our management company, our ownership, and our investors as well.
I'm with you. At the end of the day, it is a business,
Absolutely.
And someone's got to keep an eye on it. And that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
So you don't get the complaints at like 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning. Someone's cat is sleeping on my convertible, something like that. You don't have to deal with all that.
A little bit.
Do
for
you
sure.
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you really?
Yeah. So I share that responsibility a little bit with my maintenance supervisor. We have an on-call
Okay.
schedule. He does a really good job of handling any resident concerns or anything that we have. And he's the one that's phone's going to ring when you might have an emergency in the middle of the night that you need us for.
Now, this property is still new.
It is.
New
Yeah.
property. 2, 3 years old?
2 years old. We finished construction in 2022.
22, okay.
So we're just now 2 years old.
2 years old. Now, where are you located? You're in city of Jefferson.
We are in city of Jefferson.
Okay.
We're actually one of the only multifamily communities in the city of Jefferson. Obviously, we have something that, we can offer to the community of Jefferson, especially when it comes to someone that might be looking for a specific school district or someone that might be looking for a specific employer. We're right off of 85 with super close access to 85. So all of your big employers like Amazon, Kubota, even SK Battery that's a little bit further down 85, even those we're quick access to. So we're kind of that hub for people, whether that's schools that you're looking for, just kind of getting out of the hustle and bustle and don't want to necessarily live in Buford by the Mall of Georgia. We get those people. And then we also get it's top rated school district. So we definitely get the people that are looking after the sought after school district.
So it's city of Jefferson schools.
It is.
Well, with all the large warehouses around, people got to live somewhere.
Exactly.
For some people, a 10-minute drive is too far.
Right.
And I mean that.
Right. Absolutely. With us, we've got employers that are, 5 minutes away. If you work an overnight shift or work third shift and just want to get home at the end of that shift, we're right there.
You're quote unquote behind Quick Trip.
Yes, right. So if you go behind the Quick Trip and in between the Quick Trip and the Burger King.
Is it still a Burger King?
It is still a Burger King.
Many years since I've eaten there.
It is still a Burger King.
Years.
It's all right.
Now, I know many years ago, former life, I used to drive by where you're at. It seemed like it took longer than 2 years to build it.
Probably.
That might have been before you.
It was before me. So I actually took the position at the Pointe at Concord last May. So I've just passed a year that I've been there. I mean, it was managed by a previous company. We purchased the property last April.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's how all that business stuff works.
Exactly.
I've got to ask you the unfair question. This is so unfair. Why in the world do I want to rent? Why not just buy something?
Obviously, one of the big advantages that sticks out is the financial flexibility of it. I recently purchased a home, and before that, I strictly was a renter. So a lot of the things that you don't think about are, well, I will say the one thing that most people do think about is the upfront cost of purchasing a home. And then on kind of the back end of that, once you get into the home, the maintenance that goes into it and just general upkeep of landscaping, or if your AC breaks, those are a lot of things that can add up to large expenses. And you know what they say, things happen in threes. You could have multiple of those things happen at one time and not have as much financial freedom as you would with renting. Another thing that I think people really lean towards these days, and I think they even lean towards it in home purchasing, is amenities. We offer multiple different amenities, and there are some neighborhoods out there that offer, your pool, your fitness center. But other things that people are looking for as well is like an entertaining area, somewhere I can host a birthday party or have my family over. People are really proud of those areas, and they strive to look for something like that in their next home. So that's something that we're able to offer, opposed to specifically looking for a neighborhood that might have those things.
We're going to get into amenities before we get out of here. We're going to save that.
Yeah.
We got to tease them.
Absolutely.
We got to tease them. The HOA has their pool that you can't get near because the pool's always broken down, and the dues keep going up every year because they keep trying to fix the same old pool.
Exactly.
Scars.
Yep,
Sorry.
exactly.
Never mind.
No, I'm a victim.
That does not happen at the Pointe at Concord.
It does not happen at the Pointe at Concord. I'm a victim of exactly what you're talking about.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
For sure. I think that, again, going back to kind of the cost of it all, you don't think about your homeowner's insurance. You don't think about property taxes. You do think about that upfront cost and maybe the maintenance of things, but once it starts kind of snowballing, those costs really add up.
Well, when you own it, you can't just call the maintenance department, the maintenance guy.
Exactly.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. You don't have emergency maintenance.
You do not. And if the AC goes out because it's 100 degrees in June already.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't have that maintenance guy to call. You just get the family into the closest hotel.
Right. In the heat of Georgia.
Yes. Something like that.
Now, I also think that, something else that comes with that is flexibility. We were talking about major employers in our area and contracts that people might have to be there for a certain amount of time. And
I never thought of that.
yeah, so you've got people that, come and they're here for a year. They might stay and renew
Maybe you're 10, but they don't know.
Right, they don't know.
Okay.
So it offers them that flexibility to, have a lifestyle adjustment. They might have a family change or something like that pulls them away from the area, or just a true job location. They come in not in love with the job, or they don't get offered to stay again, and they're allowed to, take the next opportunity. So it allows some flexibility as well.
What is I hate to say the word normal. What is the quote-unquote normal lease anymore these days? Is it 1 year, 6 months, 2 years?
You do have some people that offer as long as 15-month leases.
Really? Okay.
I haven't really heard of too much 2-year leases
I never
or
had.
anything
I made
like
that
that.
up. I haven't rented something since I was 20 years old. And we won't say how many decades that was, but I haven't rented in forever. So 15 months.
Yeah, so 15 months is kind of the most popular max I've seen.
Okay.
We personally normally stick to about 12 months and just kind of keep it cut and dry.
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year.
And what, first and last month's rent? Y'all still do that?
No, that's actually not a thing anymore either.
Really? That's how old I am. Now she's laughing at me, folks.
That's actually a recent law that changed. They now have a max on the security deposit that you can require.
There's a law.
There is.
Oh, wow. Of course there is.
Of course there is, yeah.
Government's going to save us, Makaela. I promise. I promise.
There's a cap on that now of 2 months rent. And really, we offer multiple different deposit options. I've worked with many multiple different deposit options. We'll offer anywhere from $500 up to your first month's rent. And that's definitely more reasonable than asking someone to put down their firstborn child, last month's rent.
A quart of blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But at the same time, an apartment community has to protect themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I see it both ways.
Right.
I see a business side of it.
There's definitely things that can kind of help with that. And there's something called a surety bond where you pay out an insurance company to kind of handle those things for you.
Right.
So those are kind of, multiple different deposit options that are out there these days.
So there's a bunch of options.
Absolutely.
Because I can remember first month's, last month's, and I'm going to charge you $1,000 security deposit on top of that.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes. And we're talking, like I said, decades ago. That's a lot of money.
It is. Well, I think that's too, why most folks might lean more towards renting these days too. The upfront costs of buying and renting back in the day were almost equivalent.
Pretty much the same.
Exactly.
Really, it was.
And it's just not that way anymore.
How about that? Do you think just the market pressure has changed that?
A little bit, I'm sure. Yeah, there's a law now that kind of enforces that, but I do think it's market trends. It's the ever-changing and evolving multifamily industry as a whole. We're here to provide convenience. So
Right. Sure.
we're always looking as an industry at how we can tweak that and make it, easier for people to rent.
To be a part of it.
Right.
Makaela, we're going to take a really quick break. We're going to get in a community partner, and folks, we'll be right back. One of our great community partners is Chubby Hippo Signs, specializing in commercial signage that helps your business get noticed with many types of indoor and outdoor visual communication products. Jeremiah and his team can provide everything from a yard sign to digital printing and everything in between. Commercial pole signs, monument signs, electric message displays, you name it. Visit chubbyhipposigns.com. That's chubbyhipposigns.com. Turn your dreams and ambitions into successful business. And while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Makaela, you still there?
I'm here.
Good. Didn't run off on me.
Not yet.
Hey, what were we talking about? We're about to talk about amenities, which we're going to talk about in a second. We were talking about the Pointe at Concord, over there on the other side of Jefferson. And you've been there a little more than a year.
Yep.
And being able to call the maintenance department at 3 a.m. because because the AC goes out, that's a perk. That's an amenity of its own right there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely comes in handy. Like we kind of said before, in the heat of Georgia, we respond within 15 minutes from the time we receive your call.
Dude, really?
Yep. All our maintenance team will call you back, say, hey, we're on the way.
That's insane. That's awesome.
If he's out with his family or something to that extent, he might not necessarily report in 15 minutes, but we'll always get back to you within the 15-minute time frame and let you know what the plan is.
Sometimes it's just nice to know that someone got the message or responded or
exactly.
even cares for that matter.
Exactly. The communication of it, especially in a situation like that, is one of the largest things.
I imagine, I don't want to put words in your mouth, you have the emergency services and you hope you never ever use them, but boy, it's nice just in case you have to.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's definitely a perk that we hope you never have to use, but we have it there if you need it.
All right. I got to talk about the amenities. We have a gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to hear about the most. We'll talk about it all, folks. Don't get excited. You got a gym. Now, can people who don't live there, can they get like gym memberships and use it?
Nope.
Dang it.
It's kind of a member exclusive.
What if he's a really good buddy of the business manager? Darn it. Can't fault me for trying. I want to hear about the gym. What do we got?
Yeah, so we've got pre-core fitness equipment inside of our gym.
Nice.
So you've got, full squat bench, treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, full free weight area there.
Awesome.
Whatever that's called.
That's enough. No.
Yeah.
Sorry. You actually have free weights.
Yes, we do have free weights. And it's a 24-hour gym. I think that's a plus as well. You can bring a friend with you, but anybody that is outside of the community will not be using that area unless they're accompanied by a resident.
I got you. So I got to get buddy with the residents. Is that what you're saying?
You got to find a friend.
That is very cool. 24-hour access. I imagine they have a key card kind of thing.
Exactly. It's a little key fob.
Buzzes them in, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. What else do we have? Wow me here. Why else do I want to move? What else we got?
So obviously the swimming pool is one of our huge amenities.
And we got a pool.
And we have a pool. It's a resort style pool. We've got grills outside. We've got a little courtyard area where you could host your birthday party or have friends over to the pool with you. We've also got a sun shelf in the pool. Really what makes it resort style. So we actually have chairs that sit down in the pool.
In the water.
In the water.
Okay.
Exactly. And again, we've got lounge chairs out there with pillows and accents that kind of all tie it in together. And it definitely makes it feel like resort style.
So you just have to bring your own towel, basically.
That's it.
That's not hard.
Now, connecting to the pool, we do have a club room, more of an entertaining lounge, but it also has a catering kitchen.
Really?
So we provide ice there. We provide a refrigerator. You can bring your food in from your cookout and have your family over at the club room.
I would live in those 2-3 areas.
Absolutely.
Can I just kind of rent those 2 or 3 areas? I'm kidding.
If you were a resident, you could rent the club room.
I don't really need a bedroom and stuff. I'm just going to live at the pool.
Yeah. We also have a pet park. That's obviously a big one that gets used.
Nice.
We are actually trying to do some revamps to our pet park to improve it for our residents, adding little obstacles and agility toys for the pets, adding in a couple more benches and things like that to just kind of revamp that area a little bit, maybe even enlarge the fencing a little bit.
That may not be a bad idea.
Exactly. I think that pets are becoming even more prevalent in an everyday home. We try to cater to that as well. We cater to your family, but also your pets. We've also got Luxor package lockers. That's something that's a little bit different. It's where you can access your packages 24/7 without it being left in front of your door in the hot sun.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
That is cool.
Have a system that will text you a code or email you a code depending on which one you sign up for. And that is located inside of our mailroom, which is also available 24/7. So you don't have to wait for office hours to come and pick up your packages or, let your HelloFresh sit out in the hot sun.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Exactly. It's in a controlled climate environment, all indoors, accessible
Or
24/7.
if you're out of town for a day or you're just long getting home.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Keeps your packages out of the elements.
I never thought of that. All right, we have any move-in specials going on?
We do. Right now we have a move-in special that's running through July 15th. It's 1 month free off of rent if you apply and move in by July 15th.
Are there specials going on all the time?
We try to keep it interesting.
Yeah,
We do have a couple different specials that we run year long. There's a Hometown Heroes program that is specifically for firefighters, EMS, teachers.
Bless you for that.
Medical. Anybody that's, a hometown hero can move in with reduced move-in cost.
Very nice.
Tying again back to those employers, we also do a special with a few employers. Again, reduced move-in fees. Nice. Kubota, SK Battery, Amazon. We do offer a special if you're, moving in and you're employed at one of those major employers.
Awesome. Makaela, if we got it in, do we have a website? I know we got a website.
We do have a website. Pretty simple. It's thepointe@concord.com.
And Pointe has an E on the end of it.
That's right.
Pointe with an E at concord.com. I know you're on Facebook.
We are on Facebook and Instagram as The Pointe at Concord.
Again, Pointe with an E. Makaela, if we got it all in, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
They're going to play my music any second now, and then I have to wrap up. Oh, see, there it is. It's loud, too. Makaela, thank you again. Folks, The Pointe at concord.com. The Pointe with an E. They got a gym. They got a pool. Place to hang out, a lounge. Very, very cool. And location's everything. I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.
Savings goals keeping you up at night? Let a Regions banker help you build a Regions Greenprint plan, a free financial roadmap personalized for what matters to you. Start building your financial confidence. Visit Regions.com to find a branch near you. Regions Bank, member FDIC.